with which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments? None. On the consent agenda, department report, senior citizen committee.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For the month of May, the senior center served 1,605 meals to home donor clients and 124 meals to our congregate clients, for a total of 1,729 for the month.
Still no electricity.
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
County treasurer report.
After reconciliation, the county funds ended with $2,255,647.13. That's with a gain of $39,033.01 of interest. And with the taxable money market account fund holding 72% of the funds for an interest rate of 4.3228, and all other general accounts is at 4.06% interest rate. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Auditor report, Ms. Bowman.
Yes, the commissioner should have received the invoice file listing, and, we had quite a bit of bills this month, 233,000. 80 of that was the TAC liability insurance, so that was a big chunk. And we're about on target with our budget.
Thank you. Law enforcement, Sheriff Dix.
Yes, sir. We currently have 9 inmates over in Anson. We had as many as 13, but several we bonded out. We've made, for the month of May, I believe we've made 16 arrests. So it ranges from, most of them are misdemeanors, but we did pick up a couple people on warrants, and we've been doing what we can.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion on the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
Second by Mr. Alright, all in favor? Unanimous, motion carries. New business, conflict of interest, Ms. Norman.
I have none this month, Judge.
Open amendments.
Yes, I do actually have, these are really, budget line transfers. The first one I have is for the ad valorem taxes for the commissioner's part. They liked about 5,000 to move over, 5250. So I'm requesting to move that, to finish that part out on that one. And another one I found was, legal statements of facts that was in non-departmental, and I wanna move it to the county and district part instead of non-departmental and use it for bailiff instead, cause we've got the legal statement of facts doubled. So I'm requesting that. And then, the county restitution expense was under non-departmental, and I wanna move it to the county and district, makes more sense. And all I'm doing is moving it from that one department to the other, there's no. And then the last one is the, debt from the INS for precinct 2 and 3 that needs to be moved over to their department. And that's all I have, Judge.
What's the pleasure of the court?
Make a motion to approve.
Second by Mr. Posey, all in favor? Unanimous, motion carries. Burn ban, think we're putting burn ban on this?
I think we're good. Leave it on.
Alright, that is necessary, needed on Madison South. Special revenue, Ms. Mullin?
None this month, Judge.
Alright, item number 6, review and approve tax health insurance plan for the year end 2026, Ms. Parks.
Okay, so our Texas Association County, insurance rates, has increased. It will be at a cost at $1,444 per employee. That's an overall increase of 14.7% overall. Our medical increased at 8.70, and our dental increased by 13%. That's an average overall monthly increase of $3,544, based on our 33 average employees to be on the plan. That number came from TAC, And it's based on, if you look on the packet that I gave you, on the continuation pages of, I think it's on page 4. I gave you the medical and the dental, but if you look at the HCC, no PHI, that's 8 members that are in the insurance pool on ours that have medical expenses over $10,000. We have considerably a lot, as you can see. I'm told from TAC that our biggest hit to our health insurance is hypertension, heart-related, blood pressure, and usage of, using the ERs. They've told us we could cut our costs if we can advise our employees to, instead of going to the ER, use Hendrick Health. There's not the ER system, but just the health centers that are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they are in our plan. So if you're sick on a weekend, instead of going to the ER at Hendricks, the big hospital, be careful though, because the ones that say emergency care, those are not in our plan. So that would be an out of network. So they've asked to come and do some education to our employees, so we've set up for them to come in September during open enrollment time to help the employees, kind of learn a little bit more of the benefits of our plan and be able to use some more of the features that we're not using, like Livongo, Wonder Health, and in the long run, that'll kind of help cut the county's costs if we can get some of our members actively using some of the free parts of our insurance, or included parts, rather not free included costs, and maybe help bring down some of our costs, because we spent more, if you're looking at the medical reports, our total contribution was $349,410, but they paid out $438,534. So that's a big over the pool, and we're self-funded pool. The dental was the same, $10,374 we contributed. They paid out $13,089, and with that, all that information, they've also, excuse me, they've made a lot of changes to the plan. They incorporated a new software system. They're wanting to push, of course, employees using the apps.
Zone.doc.
Yeah, telehealth, WebMD, so you can do a doctor's visit online instead of having to get out of your house and go. And some of those, where we might go to a doctor and have a copay, some of those are $10 using that. So again, they'll visit heavily about that when we do our open enrollment. They're gonna come on September 4th. Another thing that they did make to our plan is, in the past, they used to include the COBRA, which stands for continuation of benefits. When an employee leaves or retires out, we are required by federal law to send them paperwork to allow them to stay on our plan at their cost. Now, if it's a retiree, or just a termination, whether it be voluntary or involuntary, they can take the COBRA benefits and stay on the plan for up to 18 months. Now, if they're injured on the job and then they go passive and malay, and then they can't come back to work, they also are offered the COBRA plan up to 36 months. So COBRA, being, part of the plan is, a necessity. And so now they're going to be charging us $20 per employee that takes the COBRA plan. So it's not a high cost. I can't give you a full number because it's based on the ifs, ands, and maybes of when an employee does that. they'll take care of all the billing to make sure that if the employee does go on the plan, the employee pays direct to them. They stay on top of whether or not the employee's paid, because if the employee doesn't pay, then they terminate the plan. And it's a new option. They are changing also the pharmacy network. CVS, Kroger, United Pharmacies, and Albertson Pharmacies will no longer be included in our plan. So we're gonna have to, especially being we're in this rural area, to verify and make sure before we go, if those are any of the ones that we're used to using, that we're gonna need to change. You're gonna, you know, employees are gonna need to change, or they're gonna pay at a higher cost, thus making the county pay at a higher cost. So, that's the summation, some of the changes to the plan and the cost of the plan. I will tell you, I kind of looked around a little bit to see about maybe going outside of that plan, but the county's been with tax since 1974. And what I learned from other counties, the few that said that they did that, they said they regretted it because they did get a real good discount the first year, and the next year they almost doubled it. So I'm presenting to you to stay with TAC, and that's the numbers. So I just need you gentlemen to approve.
Do they have a list of the pharmacies and stuff that they can still use for the employees?
Yes, so all employees, again, the push is to go green. They want you to use the app, and you can go on there with your insurance card, you can log in, and you can go to, like, look and see, I mean, you can search for an orthodontist, you can search for a oral surgeon, you can search for a orthopedic surgeon, you can search for a cardiologist. As well as the pharmacy, you can look, there's also a formulary listing in there that lists, and I'll tell you, I've looked at it, it's like 300 pages long, really, really tiny font. And it lists every medication that's covered under our plan or not covered under our plan, and it lists what tier it's on. So it'll either say NC for not covered, or it says tier 1 for generic, tier 2 for non-generic, tier 3 meaning it's a shot and an injection. I know there's some things in our plan like Ozempic, for example, not covered. Unless you have a diabetes diagnosis, then it would be, oops, here we go, producer. Sorry, thank you, sir. There's mostly the weight loss is not, you know, if it's full weight loss, they're not covered.
It's October 1st, right?
Yes, the
On the
renewal.
new pharmacy stuff too, right?
Yes, that will all become effective October 1, because we're based off the calendar year, October through September. So, if you've met your deductible, now's the time to go to the doctor, do whatever you need to do before your deductible starts over on October 1st. Any questions?
Pleasure of the court.
Make a motion.
Mr.
Second.
Thank you.
Simpson, all in favor?
Thank you.
Unanimous motion carries. Item number 7, declare surplus for gooseneck trailer, diesel trailer, proposal.
We had a farm sale, that was two or 3 weeks ago. And, we sold a gooseneck trailer, diesel trailer, and a flatbed, semi-trailer. So, and I just wanted to make that.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second by Mr. Elrod, all in favor? Unanimous motion carries. Approve the sale of the above item on number 7. Any motion for that?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second by Mr. Elrod, all in favor? Unanimous motion carries. Item number 9, discuss and approve new patrol vehicle using SB 22 funding. Sheriff Dick.
Yes, sir, you were provided 2 different quotes, one from Dana. that their quote, is a little bit different than the other supplier. There's a quote for a vehicle, that they would like a separate payment made for the vehicle and then pay Dana directly for the build of the patrol vehicle, which would add another $23,329 to the cost of the vehicle, which brings us just over $70,000. But that involves two transactions, two different checks. The other supplier is Defender Supply. They're from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they have been doing this a long time. Their grand total would be $79,797 for a vehicle that's all, has the options that are listed in here, in the quote that you received. In talking with, my two deputies, particularly, Sergeant Castiglione, he has been involved in the purchase of things from Defender, and he said it's really easy, and they do excellent work. So, out of the two, even though Defender is slightly more expensive, between the two, I think I'd rather go with Defender, and they will deliver the vehicle, and we won't have to go get it. Once we get the vehicle, the only thing that would be left to do would be to have it decaled with our decals on the side and put in a radio, which would be about another between $1,400 and $1,700 that Texas Communications would supply for that. The vehicle, if we got it from Dana, we would still have to do the same thing, so in that part, it's a wash. But I realize we do need to get this money spent, so we'd like to get it on order as soon as possible, but we'd like to, out of the two different quotes, I think we'd like to go with Defender and try them first.
If we take the vehicle out, we know where that,
I didn't get the Defender section.
no, I mean, after we take out.
Oh, you mean on the SB 22?
Yeah.
We looked at that, Sheriff, didn't we? last week?
Yeah, between 35 and 40,000 is still what's left.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Treasurer's report?
Defender got a lot more different options to it, comes along with it.
It's a lot easier on their website to come up with it. You just tell them, what you want, and they'll add it to that. And as you can see, their quote is an email with 2 pages. Dana, would buy a vehicle, which in this case, they went with a truck in Laredo, but they were gonna buy that, and they want us to pay the dealer and then pay them, so that's 2 different transactions involved. Defender, you just tell them what you want, and they will procure the vehicle and build it. It's just a single transaction and you're done.
Did, Sturt was pointing out on the Defender,
Mhm.
there's no, video surveillance is selected on that, within that quote? Is
Yeah.
there one on the
No,
Dana
because,
Safety Supply?
because of what we had ordered with utility, when we get the vehicle, they will install what we've already purchased. So that will give us the dash cam and everything else.
Any other questions? second, Mr. Posey, all in favor? Unanimous, motion carries. Last item, approved road crossing permit for Scurry Spring on County Road 261.
Motion to approve it. I'll second it.
Motion is second from Mr. Pippin, all in favor? Unanimous, motion carries.
I make the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I just need a copy of the, I accepted from them.
There they are. He didn't see you come in.
That's-